I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manningsman. Big up to everyone who was tuned in very, very early. Hope you enjoyed Pioneer returning to the show yesterday. Yes, Pioneer was here along with the basketball crew discussing some NBA. And if you have not seen that broadcast, you need to go and check it out. You understand me? Yes, so please go and check that out. But welcome to the show. I am Manningsman, forever grateful, forever thankful for life. So listen, right now, I'm going to take up, I have a phone right here. I'm going to take it up and I'm going to share the content, right? And I'm going to move away and give you 5 minutes to hit the like button, share the content, and subscribe to the channel. Here we go. 1 minute, you have. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right now. Did you do that? All right. Also, these days are very special for us, right? It is Super Friday. And we call it Super Friday because on these days we ask our faithful and loyal subscribers to support I Am Sure Sports by liking the videos, of course, sharing the videos, of course, and also by giving a super sticker or a super chat. All right? Very, very simple. We have lots of content in store for you today. But we need your support. We need super stickers, super chat so we can get products and improve the quality. We're upgrading. Very soon you will be seeing that we have a setup where we have two persons in studio with separate microphones, separate headphones, and all of those things. Nicely laid out, something you see on international news broadcasts and stations. And so we want you to support the channel and support the work, all right? So go ahead right now. Hit up that like button for me, please, and thanks. Send a super sticker, send a super chat in support of what we're doing here at I Am Sure Sports. You understand me? I am Manning's man. For those of you who don't know, big up to our sponsors, especially Tricknick getting a lot of traction. I mean, the products are doing great. The business, Tricknick is doing great. Patrick Reed and Launch Legacy, big up yourself. Prestige Finance, you understand me? All the brands that are connected to I Am Sure Sports, I'm telling you, they are getting good marketing value, and we are forever, ever grateful. There you go. Tyrone Williams, appreciate it, man. Up, 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 up. Definitely. This is what we are talking about. You say the word, and we have some who immediately, you understand me, go on and support the platform. And we are grateful. We are very, 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 very grateful for that, because this is how we grow, this is how we improve, this is how we maximize our output as a platform. We don't like to fill our stuff with a lot of ads, but sometimes we have to do that because, you know, the bills have to be paid. You understand me? Yep, definitely. Indeed. All right. So we have a few things we're going to cover today. We're going to talk a lot about the Reggae Girls, the U20. I'm going to show you the squad. They have a game this evening against Anguilla, and we also have the Gold Cup draw coming up later this afternoon, and we're going to have a big discussion with several persons on panel. We're going to be joining persons live at the Gold Cup to talk about the draw and all of that when that is going on. So we have lots of good programs lined up for you today. But one of the things that I like to do is when I invite guests on the platform and they say things, they make statements, I like to be able that once names are called, and you'd have heard when I interviewed the president of Westmoreland Football, Mr. Everton Tomlinson, I did he mentioned several names of several persons, and some of those persons have called me saying that they wanted to bring clarity, they wanted to share some other information, all right, as to some of the things that transpired, because both things are not adding up. All right, now I am not here, like I said, I don't try to run the platform as a platform that is investigating and digging up dirt on people, but it is important that information that is provided is credible, and that if people's name are called, they are given the I don't want to say the right, they're given the opportunity to share from their perspective, and then leave, right? And then leave the rest of it to the for the people to join. So there is one person from Westmoreland who said his club was called Jersey, up, 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 beating the press, up, all the people. Oh, sorry, let me just. So his name was called, and he believes that he needs to come forward, and he needs to come forward and clear up this. All right. So let me do that. Let me big up the names. All right. So Fabi Frano up and running. Edmond, bless up yourself. Kevin Williams, the man voice, load like a bounty killer. Beating the press out of Port St. Lucie. Up and running. Demo Dre, the man who have a family of footballers, but him end up playing cricket. Don't know how that go. Grand Spen, I know play a pen. Who said that? Jason, Barbican, all of them places up. Seymour Roberts, good morning, blessed love. Continue to look to the hills. From whence cometh our help? Our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Tyrone, you know how it is. You understand me? You're up and running, man. Damian Brown, 90 and 9. What you mean? You understand me? Not 100, just one shot. Man say full 100. You understand me? Up John Powell. You understand me? Could it be Colin Powell operated as John Powell? We don't know. But that is how the thing is. Neo Sovereign is here. World of football, blessed luck. Jersey. Jersey there. You understand me? Thanks. Second super chat and super Friday from Neo Sovereign Laws and Insight. Dima, me just realize. People, Dima call me out and Dima say me ask him money before me give thanks. No, Dima. I me give thanks first, But me never go into the long thing when me normally do. But you don't know. We have to give thanks every day. You understand me? Yeah, man. So big up Dima Dre in the place. Sure improvement there, man. There and Mackenzie. Yeah, man. Up, 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 up. You understand me? Yeah, man. All right. So bless up one and bless up all. I hope this is, yeah. All right. I'm going to try and see if I can get in touch with this person. Then we can get into it. I like this from Fabi Frano, but I need to get in touch. I hope this is the right person. All right. Let me make sure that this is, yeah, man, this is the right person. Yeah. So I'm going to try and get in touch with this person because this person, yeah, this person is from Westmoreland. And this person really had some stuff that they sent to me that I need the people to hear. Then we're going to talk about the reggae girls. All right, so let me see if I can call it because I owe it to them because they said their name and their clubs were called and I need to give them their chance. So I'm going to make sure I do that. Then we get into our other content. So let me see if I can get them on the phone in the morning here. Big things. Sure improvement. Sure improvement. I need sure improvement. You over the St. Catherine side in a sure improvement. I need to hear from you in a sure improvement. Sure improvement, call in, man. Or drop the number so we can call you in a sure improvement. You understand me, sure improvement? Drop the number so we can call you, so you can come in and we can talk about some of the female football because you watch a lot of it, Cataract. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, good morning. All right.
Morning.
Yeah, man, I sent you a message. You're live on here and I am sure sports, Are you able to speak with us about the interview that you had some concern, the interview done with Mr. Everton Tomlinson?
At this moment,
You available now or are you at work? Hello?
give me a phone call about now.
All right, not a problem. Call me back when you have the time, all right?
Yeah, man.
All right, no problem. All right, so there you go. So they are going to call back and kind of give things from their perspective. All right, so for those of you who Sure. I don't know how to send sure improve. Hey, sure improvement. Don't do Facebook. Sure improvement. Don't do Instagram. Sure improvement. Don't do WhatsApp. Sure improvement. Don't do phone. Cause I don't know how to send sure improvement the link unless me I go pin the link, right? Sure improvement. If sure improvement want to be on, man. Sure improvement will let me know. You understand me? Dima, did you know that Michael Garden is a former statsman and knows your relative? Yeah, he's a former statsman, just like Mr. Devon Porter. You understand me? Former statsman as well. Big up stats. Big up man like Cyrus, Dean Sewell, Cataract, man. Cataract. Sure improvement is a female. What are you talking about? Cataract. Cataract, behave yourself, man. Withdraw the statement there, brother. Big up that. Anjo, up. All right, so the first thing I want to do this morning, cataract, sure improvement is a female cataract. So behave yourself, bro. The first thing I want to do, I want to show you the squad again. Like I said, Jamaica plays Anguilla later today, this evening. All right, so we're going to look at the Jamaican squad and tell you some of the players that you would have seen at the U17 or U20 level. Because the truth is, this team, the expectation is that this team will qualify. As you know, one team, big up Tennessee. Yeah, man. One team has withdrawn. French Guyana is out of the group. So it is Jamaica, uh, Honduras, and Anguilla that is in this group. As you just saw, Fabi Frano said that. Let me put that up for you. He said that Anguilla are going into this game with a glimmer of confidence. They defeated their Dutch neighbors Saint Martin 6-0 in both encounters last week. Incidentally, the Jamaica team has not really played any international friendlies leading up to this. All they have had is a 3-week camp here in Jamaica, and then they traveled to the tournament. I don't know, but a lot of the players, unlike the previous tournaments, the under 17 and the under 20, where like Cameron Simmons and the one that Mia Mitchell and those people were. Here is what is happening. A lot of these players now were playing. For example, you'll see a lot of Excelsior, Meadowbrook athletes in the mix. Denham Town, Cohen from Garvey Maceo, good footballer. If you follow the local women's football, which is really senior level, all of these players are actually playing in this competition. So they have been playing schoolgirl football, and they have been playing club football, right? So that means that they are very well conditioned. I know that they have also a very, very good coach. The coach of the team is Hugh Bradford, who has been coaching in the States, comes in highly recommended by Lauren Donaldson, and Lauren Donaldson is the coach of the senior girls team. All right. So like I said, a lot of these young ladies have been doing well in our local leagues. I'm going to give you some of the last set of stats in terms of goals, so you can get an idea as to some of the names and things. All right. So, for example, Buckley, who, if you remember, Buckley plays for Fraser's Whip. That is Chanel Buckley. She plays for Fraser's Whip, right? She is the last core tally had her with the most goals. She plays for Excelsior as well. I think after match day 10 in the women's league, she had like 22 goals, and she played U17. She was in the U20s. Then she played the U17 after that. That is Chanel Buckley. Very small build. I think she wore the number 7. She also plays for Excelsior in the schoolgirl league, and they are doing well. When the Reggae Girls played Paraguay out here in Jamaica, she was also called up to that team at that time, Chanel Buckley. So they have her. All right. That's one that is there. So let me give you some more. Davia Richards, who she's in college, but she started out here. She plays. She's also another Fraser's Whip player. But if you look on the, let me show you this. If you look on this, you'll see that she is at Davia Richards. This is her Hill College right here, right? So she started out, but she's at Hill College now. That is Davia. So I'm showing you some of those that you can look out for if you don't follow women's football. So there is Chanel Buckley of Excelsior and Fraser's Whip, Davia Richards, Fraser's Whip, and Hill College. All right, let's give you some more of the names that have been playing football out here and doing well. All right, you also have Dana Q. Wilson or Danique Wilson. She plays for Springers United. She, up to the last time, she had 9 goals. right? Springers United. And she plays for Mount Alvernia High School. Springers United is the club, the female club that Mobile United down that side, they play down there in Montego Bay. She plays for Mount Alvernia in the schoolgirl league, but she plays for Springers in the league, right? So what is the point? A lot more of these players this time around have been playing at least some football and should go into this competition doing better. Kiba Cowan plays for Garvey Maceo, but she also plays for Veer in the local leagues here. All right, so you see you're getting some of the names. Kiba Cowan, very very good player. Tiny Seaton is also one of those top players. Expecting a lot is expected of her as well. Tiny Seaton. In the competition. Tiny plays for Excelsior. So again, lot is expected of her. Then you have some of the players who the Tiny Seaton was in the last tournament, but Sibley's as well is the next one. She's at Denham Town, let me tell you, where Sibley's plays, but she plays for Denham Town in the schoolgirl league, but she also plays Destiny Powell as well, plays for Excelsior. She plays in the league for Fraser's Whip as well. So that's the next one. Yeah, I'm going to give you the international players or the players from overseas as well. All right. Leah Williams is the next one. She plays for Veer and she plays for Garvey Maceo. Janelle Mignot plays for Excelsior and believe she also plays for Fraser's Whip in the women's league here in Jamaica. So this should be a team that honestly they should qualify. Maya, she was the captain of the U17. She plays out on the flank. Very, very good player. They have Avery Johnson from Charlotte Development Academy. She was in the U17 team. She has been playing some good football. She's there. She plays as a forward. She's good. Leah Brooks is the goalkeeper that kept in the U17. Very very good goalkeeper. She also was called up to the senior team. The Tottenham player, she's also a next good one. Sunday Amelie. A lot is expected of her. So the Natalia Atkinson from Denham Town as well. She plays for Fraser's Whip as well. So it will be exciting and interesting to see how the team, will do. They have a good coach and they have some quality players. You may know a little bit more about some of the players than man in his man. We try our best to make sure we follow as much of the football as possible. All right, good. This is a very good question. Yes, right, this is a very good question. Now, Cameron turns 20 this year, so she's not able to play. That's why Cameron. No, I am surprised that a couple of the other players are not in this team because they could actually play in this team, including Washington. I don't know if it is because she was called up prior to this to the senior team. That is the problem. I'm thinking, maybe her focus is on the senior team. But I was expecting her to be here for this tournament because she can play. But Cameron Simmons is not able to play. And I know that Maya Mitchell, if you remember, Mia Mitchell, right? She was in the team last year, right? She got an injury, did surgery, recovered. Just like Peyton McNamara, they're too old, but Maya Mitchell didn't didn't make it because she had some issues with her knee. I think she's at Maryland right now in terms of a university. That's where she'll be going to school. So that is why she's not in the squad, right? I am very surprised that Christian Brathwaite, and I think sometimes um, this was an opportunity, I think, for Christian Brathwaite to reach out again, seeing that she was trying to get into the U20. Kind of strange because I remember when we spoke to Christian at the time when we interviewed Mitchell and Avery Johnson. I remember I interviewed the brother and I interviewed the sister, the Brathwaite family, and their father. And she could play under 17 at the time, but he believed that she was so good, right? She was so good, he believed that she could be a starter in the senior team at 16. I am surprised that she was working on her papers from that time, and all the other players got their papers, and she, I don't know, they didn't reach out or whatever to be in this team. Very, very surprising as to what happened right there, right? Here, sure improvement. Sure improvement, you need to call in or something, man. We need to hear from you. Sure improvement is saying that I watched the female age group competition and I have similar concerns to that of the senior ladies. They are unfit. All right, so what I have been told, because like I said, the from persons who have been watching the fitness regime or workout for this team, this is in the hands of Idris Halgrimson. Idris is the wife of our senior coach on the male side, right? And what happened is she has been working with them, and when a comparison was made about the level of the local players that came in for the first senior camp and the girls that turned up for the first U20 camp 3 weeks ago. And the comparison was that the girls who came in were at a greater fitness level than when that initial, you remember when Hal Grimson called that first camp of local players, right? So someone who has been watching the training, right, said that the U20 girls, when they started their camp, their fitness level was way above where the Premier League players in Jamaica were when they came in for their first day of camp. So I believe that the team will be physically conditioned to get through to the World Cup. I think outside of the United States and Canada, I believe the next team that can push the envelope is Jamaica. That's what I believe. In other words, I think Jamaica is that third team. I think so. I don't know. Give me some thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Right? So Jamaica is in Group E, right? So originally there were 5 teams, but now the French Guyana team is out. So it is Bermuda, and Anguilla. right? So the six group winners will advance to the 2023 CONCACAF Women's U20 Championship, joining Mexico and the United States. All right. That will take place between May 24th and June 3rd in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. The 8-team competition will qualify its top 3 finishers, finalists, and third place winner to the next year FIFA World Cup. So, how can Jamaica qualify? You have to top your group. Let me say it again. For Jamaica to qualify, they will top the group. So I believe what is happening is that they have brought these players because they believe this group of players can top the group. And then when you get to the final 8, because you're going to have a final 8 where the 6 group winners will join Mexico and the USA. So you'll have an 8-team playoff like what we have in the male senior qualifiers. I think at that point, we will now see the Washington and some of the other players to make it in. But I think in this group presently, this is my opinion, in this group with Jamaica, Honduras, Bermuda, and Anguilla, we will make it through. So let me give you Group A. Group A has Canada, El Salvador, Cuba, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Martinique, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Group B, maybe I should be showing you some of this, right? You want to see some of it, don't it? I feel like the people would work better if them see it, don't it? You want to see it? No, dreaded J. Yeah, man, that's fine. You can watch and see. But I'm just basing it because I've seen some of the female games. If you watch military Guna's channel, you'll see a lot of these players. Buckley is a good player. I mean, Buckley was called up to the senior team, you know. You understand me? Very good player. There are some good players. And again, coaching is important. Yeah, what I'm saying though, all right, so people, let's go through this again because I want us to get it, right? Let me just see if I can do it this way and show you the groups this way. Or should I go? All right, let me just help you because I think maybe we don't understand the format because there is a next tournament coming up. All right, so there's a next tournament coming up. All right, there's a next tournament coming up. So I think it is how it is right now. I don't have a problem with it. And here's why. Because some of those players are not available. They are not available. So what that means is when we get to that stage, they will be called in. That's it. I don't see that being a problem. They will be called in when we get to that stage. And I think that is good. I don't see any problems with that. I don't that's just me. I think, yeah. Let the players, let those who are there now play. And when we get to the next round, we're bringing the players who are unavailable, like Maya Mitchell should be ready by then. That's what I'm saying. So let me get this for you. Let me just make sure I'm putting this up and give it to you, right? So I want to show you the group so you can actually see it for yourself. All right, so here we go. All right, so yeah. So like Eagleston and those players will come in May, right? So some of the players will come in May. All right. So let me show you what's going on. All right. So remember, it is from this present setup now. Only the group winners will go through. All right. So let's look at the groups. This is Group A: El Salvador, Canada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Cuba, and Martinique. All right. So one team. Let's say that Canada will come out of that group. All right. Let's just go by that. This group has 4 teams: Panama, Curacao, Saint Martin, Bahamas. Say Panama goes through. Let's just guess what. Guyana, Suriname, Dominica, and the Dominica Republic. Let's go Dominica going through. All right. Group D: Puerto Rico, Cayman Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guatemala. I am going to go Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago. One of those 2 teams coming out. All right. Group E: Honduras, Jamaica, Bermuda, Anguilla. Let's say Jamaica goes through. And the final group has Costa Rica, Guatemala, Nicaragua, who are the host, St. Lucia, and Belize. I think this is one of the tougher groups. So I think like it's going to be tough for Costa Rica, but and because they are in a group with the host. But I think Jamaica should top their group. When they top their group in May, they will then move to the next round. That part is going to be tough. So I think this is good preparation to get them into that round, so that they can be, up and running and ready. What say you? I need somebody to call in and give me your thoughts. All right. And remember, it is Super Friday, people. It is Super Friday. It is Super Friday. So make sure you leave your super stickers and your super chats to support the channel. So, yep. What say you? I see Leighton saying, and Leighton follows the football. All right, so let me get some of the comments up here. Omar says Mexico is ahead. Big up Jason Guna. Kemar Carr up and running. Definitely Ian. Bala kick 90 up, man. Not a, bless up, man. I won't agree. That's fine. That's fine. And I won't disagree. We'll wait and see. All right. That's cool. Leighton says, I think we will make it through this round. I think the team will really miss Mia Mitchell, though. The team should have Tiana Burnett. She was as a starting CDM for the last T20 tournament. I think she's too old, isn't she? I think she's too old enough. I'm almost certain that Tiana Burnett is 20 this year. Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, she's too old because she's going to be 20. Yeah, she's going to be 20 in September, so she can't play. So you have to remember that if you're 20 in the year of the qualifier, you can't play, So Tiana Burnett is too old. All right, Jason Guna says, only issue I have, we consistently complain about lack of preparation, and this would be a chance to get some more before the bigger matches next. Yeah, the next tournament is a straight knockout. Yeah, that tournament is going to be tough, 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 tough. Yep. So I think what if I were the federation, because this tournament end in a couple of weeks, which is the end of April. I would say you give the girls a week break and then you get back them into camp and arrange some friendlies. I'm a bit nervous. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I think Honduras will be a tough game for us. Tough game. But you know what is funny? The fact that there are less games, I think it works better for Jamaica. Simmons is too old. Simmons turned 20 this year. She's 19. So that means she can't play. Washington will be available for the next stage of the competition. Yeah. Washington will be available for the next round. But Simmons and people, I should be talking to Cameron Simmons next week, Monday, at around 1:30 to just get her take on some of these things. So by the time we get there, Washington will be ready, and also who will be ready is Mitchell should be ready, Eggleston should be ready. Yeah. So you can look out for that. All right. Yeah, please, people. It's Super Friday. So again, let me tell you how this round works, right? Lest anyone be confused. So the zone winners after the round robin, the top six will advance to the 2023 CONCACAF Championship, joining the remaining, joining the region's top two ranked nation. The top two ranked nation in the region right now, not Canada anymore, sorry, but the United States and Mexico. All right. All right. So the that tournament will take place this year in the Dominica Republic. It will be from May 24th to June 3rd. It will be a straight knockout. All right. Big up, big up, big up. Respect, Mr. United. You understand me? Always good when the United fans support the Arsenal, man. Uh, I intentionally said that after he did it. If I did it before, we said no. But big up and thanks for the support, right? So, but, but, like I said, good coaching staff we have. And this is, I'm not comparing them with past coaching staff. I'm just saying that you Bradford, let me tell you a little bit about you Bradford for those of you who don't know a lot about him, so you can get, yeah. So let me tell you about you Bradford. All right, we did this a few weeks ago. All right. You Bradford. Let me go here. All right. You Bradford. All right. So of course you know that he's a Jamaican. Um, coaches. He has coached in the ECNL. All right. With the 98 at the Feeters Soccer Club. Right. So he's a director of coaching there. He is a USSF National C license, United States Soccer Federation C license. That's what he possesses. All right. He has played semi-pro and also professional football. All right. He has coached at the Mustang Soccer Club. Like I said, Defeaters Soccer Club. Yep. He coached this team to two MT State Championship, which is 2005 and 2007. One Regional 3 Premier League Championship in 2005 and numerous tournament championship. So he has placed several players in the United States Youth Soccer Academy National Player Pool and guiding many of them into top college program in the nation. All right, so let's see what he has to offer to the program. Yes, see, so from brother. What do you think about that, people? What is the equivalent to the U.S. Soccer Federation C license? All right, so let me call a coach and find out. So we can find out, the levels, don't it? So let's I know that KS was going to say something about this. Like, see? Oh my lord. Like, couldn't we have gone? So let me call somebody and find out about this coach always calling the program. Let's see if we can get him now. When we need him, let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get him and find out about this. Oh jeez. So what we want for U20 girls, because remember now it's U20 girls. What we think? What level license we think? Oh boy, probably the Concacaf B1. No, you're saying the USS. Okay. All right. I'm trying to call a coach. Let me call a next coach now. Let me call a. No, isn't that? Yeah, man, so that's what Unseen have. Oh, let me call a next coach. All the coaches are busy today. They must go and collect them pay or something. I don't know. All the coaches are busy. It appears. So let me call this one. Where's Unseen? Unseen. Unseen, are you around? Call Gilly. Who is Gilly? I don't know who is Gilly. I'm trying to find out. I'm calling all the coaches. Call for. I'm trying to get through to a coach. All the coaches are busy. What is there something special happening today? All the coaches are at the bank. For me, license is not everything. Just the know-how to get the job done. Hey, Coach Andre Fortune, how you doing, my brother? You're live on I Am Sure Sports.
I could live.
Yes, you're live on I Am Sure Sports. So don't say
What?
anything that will incriminate you.
I try not to. How you
All-
doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. All right. So we're having a discussion here. All right. We have a coach of our U20 team. He holds a US USSF C license.
Uh-huh.
Right? Someone is saying that license is for U18 and this is a U20 tournament. Tell us about the USSFC license and how does it match up to the license that are being offered in the Caribbean?
That's a good question, and it is, I have not looked into detail in the license that is being offered in the Caribbean right now, which is actually a A license. Is that right? Or and I know there's a C license as well. So I don't know anything about that license and what it offers. But the C license in the US is for coaching youth, right? Even the A license, they have a all the way up to the A license, they have a youth portion of it, and they also have um, an elite portion of it, and then there's the pro license. So the C and B license is for coaching youth.
Okay, so where
The
does the
A license,
licensing system
go
start
ahead.
in the US? At D or C?
Where does the license what?
Does it start at, so in the US, where does it start?
It starts at F.
Oh, so F,
Yeah, grassroots is F, then D, then
then,
C,
then D, then
B, then
C,
there's the
B,
A,
then A, then Pro.
A, the A, then the A youth. There's the A youth and there's the A senior, I think they call it, and then there's the pro license.
Okay, okay. All right. So what we'd love to find out is at some point is if someone holds a C license from USSF, where does it fall in terms of the license that are being offered? So if I have a A license in Jamaica, does that mean that I'm ahead of the person who has the C license in the States? Just what are the equivalents and stuff like that? But maybe that's not for
It, it,
now. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, that's a hard one without studying both the contents of the subject matter of both license, because when you're talking about youth, working with youth, there's a certain set of things that you need to understand when working with youth that the license covers, right? The C license. The B license covers some of the things in the C, but it takes you in a different direction, more detail in terms of
Okay, somebody
what you
just
need to
somebody
understand
just
about
said
youth.
that they spoke to a coaching educator in Jamaica, and they're saying that what the coaching educator is saying is that the the C license, the USSFC license, is
Mhm.
equivalent to CONCACAF B license.
Is equivalent. I wouldn't be able to speak to that what is equivalent to, because I don't know that. Look, and there was a process. There is a process where they were trying to make all the licensing, but it's done in the Caribbean or in the US or whatever, CONCACAF license. So it wouldn't be a Jamaica license or Trinidad license or a US license. It would all be a CONCACAF license. I think that process was being discussed. And I think the license has been done in the Caribbean.
The- let- let-
I don't want to speak to that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Let,
know
let
the
me ask. Let
details.
me ask you this: How it How do I? Let me ask it this way: how important is the license of the coach? Uh,
How
uh,
important?
yes, like
Okay.
is it fair to say that if you have a license, you are a better coach than one who has a C license because you're more qualified?
I coaching coaching information is out there. I mean, there's no secret in when it comes to football, right? The information on football. I think um I think each individual, the delivery of the information and how you utilize that information, in my opinion, is what makes a good coach. So you and I could have the same information, and it happens every week, and we have a group of players that could be of the same ability, but how I use my information to prepare my team to compete on a weekend may be different than yours. So when we get together on a weekend, your team may be better prepared than mine, or vice versa. Okay, so I don't think the licensing is a cut and dry indication that because a guy have a and one has a B, that he's a better coach.
Okay, and someone just said his experience is also key, and then he says some coaches are very good tournament coaches, while some are better league coaches. Maybe that's a discussion we need to talk about. What?
Yeah, yeah, and that's a different discussion. If you're coaching youth, we should be concerned with development of the individual player within
Yes.
the environment that you have, right? That should be a, now when it comes to, and this is at the club level, when it comes to national football, your mandate is to win games, right? So that's a little bit different, even though we're talking about same you. So when you start talking about, because there are clubs that put, like just recently there was a major showcase here in the US. You had teams come from all over the world, in Europe, to come and play in the tournament. They play against the MLS clubs, and a lot of them lost games to PSGs and Manus and whatever the case may be. Um, and is that an indication that the academies here is better? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know whether the academies here play teams at the correct age, and those teams coming from overseas brought younger players because they're developing players and they feel, well, if it's U19, our U19 players in our under 23 team, or in our some of them in our first team, so let's bring our under 17s and see, so they can get the exposure and get the development. So they're not concerned about winning, they're concerned about exposing the players that are 15 and 16 years old. So I don't know if that's the case. It, you don't know for sure what all the details are. So um, as a youth coach, though, you should be concerned with development. It must be a player-centered environment where the development of the individual player is what's important. So it's hard to tie results to it, although I don't think that they're mutually exclusive, right? If you're doing it properly, you should be able to get results while developing the individual players.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That makes sense. That
We,
me
we could we could we could do something in a little more detail in terms of
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That we're gonna have a discussion around this sometime next week. Um. Yeah. I think because it is worth paying more attention to. So maybe next week, one of the days next week, we can look at doing that. I think that is very, very important.
but I believe, and I know the individual that is should have a lot of information on all the licenses because they're in the room with these people, so we try to see to get them as well.
Okay. All right. Let's see if that can happen. We have a next caller who was calling in. But thanks for dropping in Trinidad and Tobago place today. in the U20 tournament? Are you expecting
I
them
think
to
it's
come out of
tomorrow.
their zone? Do you think they can make it?
Isn't it tomorrow?
They play tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I
So
was told it's tomorrow. Look myself. I was told it's tomorrow this morning.
okay, are you expecting them? They are in a zone with Puerto Rico, Cayman Islands, Guadeloupe, and themselves. Yeah.
What is the expectation based on?
You tell me. I,
Is the expectation based on the name of those countries?
no, I'm just asking. Listen, I am asking you, what is the expectation? No, you have to tell
Well,
me what is your expectation. Whatever you want to base it on, that's up to you.
well, that team has not played any international friendlies as far as I know, but that team also has a lot of young players in it, 16 years old, so who's still eligible to play on the same team. So there's a physical, there can be a physical discrepancy there. So like you, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see.
No. With Jamaica, we're not waiting and seeing. No. We expect the Jamaica team to top the zone and qualify for the next part of the tournament in May. That's
Well,
that.
well, well. I have to say that because when you have when there's a chance in competition that you can have 3-4 years disparity of age, that in itself brings about a physical difference potentially that would make that can make competing very difficult,
Yeah.
right? If physically you don't match up to your opponent, it doesn't matter how good you are sometimes, most times. So this is where my hesitancy is because I know that team has about 9 players in it that is still eligible to play on the same team.
Okay. All right. Let's
And
see.
there might be some of the better players in the team. So
Were they playing schoolgirl competition or club competition in Trinidad?
there's not been much football in Trinidad for a while, but they've been training.
Oh,
So
because I know that our Jamaican girls have been playing both high school football and club football.
no, they have played some practice games against some of the clubs there that has women teams, but we have to wait and see it.
All right, Andre, we have a next call coming in. I'm going to take it, and then we're going to continue this discussion, and also Kyle as well. So thank you for responding. Let's just take this call. Okay. All right, Andre. So let me just take this call from this caller. We have Kyle, who has also joined the panel. Welcome, Kyle. Kyle. Let's just get this caller, and then Kyle, you seem to be frozen on your end. I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Okay, just give me a second to take this call. Caller, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, blessed morning, man. Blessed afternoon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy, I think we should make one big deal out of the coach. The coach's
The license.
credentials and all these
Yeah.
isn't it? Because really and truly, based upon all of the stuff that you read out to us earlier concerning his credentials, I mean, he's probably going to be perfect because at the end of the day, it seems he's in a developmental stage too, likewise the players them. And he's probably perfect because he has dealt with the age group before. You get what I mean? I mean, according to the Dutch ladder in terms of players, that at under 20, I mean, these guys are still developing, and at the same time, they are in a stage where they're learning to win competition and play competitively. You see me? And if you ask me, maybe he's the right person to help them in that avenue. You see me? Because I mean, there's a coach in the French League One. This man has no credentials, but he has gone and beaten. You know what I mean? Even drawing with PSG, he has no credentials. I mean, he's in the process of doing his pro license. You get what I mean? But he's doing well without a license. So I think we should just give the man some time. I mean, at this stage, I don't think there's much pressure. Isn't it? Dealing with the under 20, there's not much pressure in terms of performance or to win the whole thing. I mean, maybe to qualify for him personally, he would like to do that. But in terms of pressure from the senior team, for both male and female, there is way much pressure. I mean, look how much people in the chat probably said tell us about them never watched a girl's game before and all these business. So it's not much pressure for him. You get what I mean? But at the same time, he's able to work freely without thinking that boy, I must do this and I must do that. You get what I mean? If I'm out of this, we qualify and some of the players get better, then it's a plus for him and it's a plus for the country. You know what I mean? That's just my thought on the whole thing.
Okay, let me just give you this one comment because I agree with you that he needs time. So, Backyard Gardo is countering one of the points you made, and let me just read it out for you. He said the manager in France has a UEFA A license and is studying for pro. Saying he has no credential is a farce and a discredit to the man. So, explain what you meant, seeing that he's challenging that.
All right. So what I really meant, maybe in terms of no credentials, is not. I'm not saying that this guy has no paper whatsoever. I am saying for the level because you need a pro license. Is it? You need a pro license. You get what I mean? And I'm saying not having the pro license, maybe that's what they're looking at. That you need it for that level. So I'm not saying that this man has zero credentials, whereas him just get up today and decide to say, I'm going to coach the team. That's not what I meant. So let me just clear it up.
Yeah.
What I really meant is that he doesn't have a pro license. You see me? Because that's why it costs him 22,000 every game he coaches without the pro license. You see me? That's the requirement to have a pro license. So that's what I meant.
Okay. All right. I think you have a point. I think sometimes the fact that the person is in a particular kind of environment, learning and growing, he may not have the highest level license, but you can see that there is potential in him. And sometimes at this level, I don't want to say it's experimental, but if you have, if there's a line of success at the level that you're at, I think you could be given an opportunity to grow from there as well. So I don't think it's a
Of course,
bad
that's
thing.
what I say.
Yeah.
Give him some time, and that's why I am interested in how he plays.
Yes.
Because he will tell me a lot about the coach of how his philosophy coming across to them and stuff like that. So that's what I will be looking for. You get what I mean? Because based upon his experience that he has at that level, then we're able to see, if his philosophy is coming across to the players. You get what I mean? Because really and truly, if you look at the levels that Jamaica playing at every level, whether it be youth level or senior level, sometimes it makes me wonder, like, how do we really play? If we have identity, it makes me wonder if we really have an identity on every level. You get what I mean? So if we can see that from the team, then you can start to say, well, we are known for this type of game. I mean, we can say Spain is known for tiki-taka and the Germans known for organize and all of these things. It's what we're known for. So that's what I'll be looking for, really.
All right. Well said. Well said. All right. Thanks for the call as usual. And keep on listening.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right.
Man.
Yeah, man. Respect, blessings. All right. So that's the caller's view right there. I think he makes a very valid point. Kyle, we're going to take a next call, but before we do, you were going to make a point. Go ahead, because I know you came on to make a point.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, thank you for having me on, and it's good to, see all of your viewers logging on and paying attention to this licensing issue. But people need to understand that licensing is a tiered system. Okay, you start from the bottom.
All right, hold on, Kyle, don't lose your thought. Caller, Kyle is making a point. Good afternoon. You can wait. Just hold on, and then when he's finished, you'll go ahead.
Yeah, man, no problem, man.
All right, go ahead, Kyle. Finish up what you're saying.
Right. Licensing is a tiered system. You move from the bottom and you go to the top. You have D, you have C, you have B, you have A, then you have the pro license. Okay, and it's based on age groups. Now, we are going into a FIFA under-20 tournament with a C license coach. And basically that means he can coach from under 18 to under 15. That's his level. Yes, experience counts. Yes, it should be factored in. I'm not saying no, but ideally what you want is at least an A license coaching at the national level to carry these girls in. That's the standardized level that all, top class FAs go to, top class meaning Europe, America, Canada. That's where we want to be. Granted, this coach might be good. We don't know. He might be learning on the job because this is his first international competition. But we want to be doing good by these ladies in that they have all the necessary ingredients to qualify. And let me just make the point real quick, okay? You have a car. Would you rather drive with a licensed person going from Kingston to Mobay or an unlicensed person? Granted, that person who is unlicensed might have experience, but you want to go with the licensed person with experience, don't you? That's all I got to say on the issue. And then, we'll discuss whatever, counter
No,
react.
I think it's a little bit different with it because the unlicensed person is illegal. So we're not discussing license and I right? We're discussing the level of the license. But it is
Well,
what I said though, to have
can
a A license
segue
coach.
in because,
What I'm saying though,
right.
Kyle, is that the A license coach at this level
Mm,
may come at a very high. I understand the end you have in mind, but
right.
you know,
We have
is
to
it?
work within our cultural reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like there is a budgetary factor, but let me take Miguel because Miguel is
right,
on the line and hear
right.
what he has to say, and then we'll come back to this. Miguel, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man, in Zagwan, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm here as usual. Bless up.
Respect, man. We just want to chime in on this, the license and stuff. And what I'm saying is that how and from both angles can be correct because I don't think you can use a blanket statement to cover everybody because sometimes you have how important basically is experience and achievement because you cannot separate experience from achievement because a man could get a job for 20 years, but you just don't learn shit. Sorry for the language. You don't learn anything. You understand me? While another person could get a job for a shorter period of time and learned a lot versus another person who went and get the theory. But when you're supposed to apply it, that's a problem. You understand me? Because people can learn, but some people cannot teach. You understand me? So I'm just wondering how important is the qualification versus the experience plus achievement. Because using an example, Paul Hall, I think, had the qualification, but to me, he lacked the experience. You understand me? And even using Kyle as an example, a man having a driver, even though you're basically you debunk it a little, but even a man having a driver's license versus one who has a license. I see a lot of especially females, they have driver's license and they cannot even park a car,
Sir,
You
sir,
understand?
sir, sir, just say, hold on. I would prefer if you say there's a lot of persons who have license who cannot without putting gender
Because,
in it. Thank you.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a very touching time.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, and even for you, so at the end of the day, I'm going to put the achievement. A man without a driver's license been driving to Kingston for 10 years. So if you knew that he's driving to Kingston, a track record and that, we might have some comfort driving versus somebody who say, boy, yes, let me get my license. You understand me? So I just want to where you strike the balance and, and establish that it's not necessarily a blanket thing. Once I produce a license means I'm qualified or I'm capable. You're qualified, but that I'm capable to take whatever to the next level. I might think now. Let's sit back and listen, brother.
All right, all right, all right. You make some good point. So that. But what I'll say though, what I'll say though is that the example of the license it would be more like a person who's driving for 10 years versus a person who just get the license. If the person don't have a license, they should not be driving. All right, so because that is illegal. That's the only point I was making. That it should be one has a license for 1 year and one have it for 20 years and never had an accident, and one have it for 1 year and has had an accident. Who do you prefer to drive with? The experienced driver. You understand me? But to say the man don't have a license, he should not be driving. That's all I was saying. All right, Miguel.
Understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Kyle, I see. All right, thanks, Miguel. All right. I see Cataract has joined, and then I see 95 Gaming is asking, how can I get in touch with Mr. Kyle about the coaching program for here in the West? Is there a coaching program in the West, Kyle?
I have no idea what a gentleman is talking about. I mean, I'm doing a GoFundMe to try and support the coaching program down there. Last week we were at what, 1,000? No, we are at close to $2,000. Those 3,000. So we are making progress. Making progress.
Yeah. So let me just for those, let me
Maybe
just
he could
show.
call it and explain what he's talking about.
Okay, well, yeah, you can call in the person asking about the out west thing. It would be better if you called in and let us know exactly what you are speaking to. That is the link for those of you who wondering what Kyle is talking about. And people, listen, it is Super Friday, right? We don't want out here a beg. It's Super Friday. Give a super sticker, super chat. You understand me? There you go. That is the amount of money that has been raised so far,
So,
right, Kyle?
yes, sir. Man, you need to tell them properly. First, they need to like the show. That's the first thing they have to do. The second thing they need to do is give a super sticker. And the third thing they need to do is donate. Everybody complain about the coaching down there. Better coaches means better players. Here is your opportunity to get better coaches down there. Donate to the GoFundMe grant so we can get better coaches down there. We are trying. Okay, let me tell you what's going on basically. Okay, you have to have a certain number of B licensed coaches down there so that Jamaicans can basically coach, can basically disseminate the B licensed knowledge down there without bringing in overseas instructors. For us to bring in overseas instructors, it's costing a fortune. So we need to get a certain number of B licensed coaches down there so we can teach it ourselves. Contribute to get us to that goal. Once we get to that B license goal, then we can bring in the A license standard. And the A license standard is basically the second to best, which is the pro license. A pro license means that you can coach a professional team. And that's basically applicable in Europe and the USA, where the money is basically. Mexico also, you know. So, for us to have a UEFA pro license coach down here, I mean, it's next to impossible. It's achievable, but it's going to cost a bag of money. What we can do is get the B license standard and we can get the A license standard. Press the like button, contribute to Mannings and give him a super sticker and drop your like a $5 down to on my platform for the B license program. We're not asking for much. All we want to do is get to 3,000. All right, Mannings, take over.
All right. He said that is what he was asking, but here you go. So this is the link to the GoFundMe that I just put in the comment section. We have Cataract was joined the show. Cataract, you want to make a point on this because you remember we had the Westmoreland FA president. So what we have is a person he has been trying to call because his club name was called. So he wants to come on to clarify something said by the person from the Westmoreland FA. Do you want him to talk first, or do you want to
I'm
go
just going
first?
to ask a question,
All right, go ahead.
and
Yeah, man.
then I can listen to the gentleman because I know these are
Yeah.
busy people. But the
Okay.
question I wanted to ask Mannings was: is it not correct that technical, the head of the technical committee stated at a number of occasions that the minimum standard to coach a national team of Jamaica is a B license?
The
And
minimum standard at,
the
well
minimum licensing,
is a
meaning
B
when you
license.
have a job description, you
Yeah.
normally have what is the minimum qualification.
All right. So
Um,
okay. So let me answer that. All right. One. Firstly, I can't say I remember the statement, and it could be true, right? So I'm going to go by your word. But
I'm asking a question. I'm
no, man,
asking.
what I'm saying that no, man, yeah, man. But what I'm saying is that to say that I remember it, I don't. But I'm going to go with it that it was said. This person though at the U20 it would be equivalent, according to the coaching educators in Jamaica, to a B license.
So, well, I'm not going to question that. I'm just going to research and ask it later. The only other
Yeah.
thing I'd say, Mannings, is that when you're talking about licensing, and particularly in Jamaica, when we advertise certain standards for jobs, when persons are hired who don't have those requisite qualifications, two things happen. One, persons with the stipulated qualifications question why were they overlooked. That's one. And number two, we tend to then talk about experience as if qualified people do not have experience. So you have people who have qualifications and experience and a track record, right? So it's not everybody who has a master's. And I have applied for jobs. I've seen other people, I've interviewed people. Oh, because somebody don't have the requisite qualifications and the experience, we assume that the person with the qualifications does not have the experience and the track record. And when you were saying about the driver's license in Jamaica, for example, to drive a truck or a 18-wheeler, you have to have is it a general driver's license or something like that. So there are two levels of driver's license in Jamaica. The question is, even though someone has a basic driver's license and may be able to operate a truck or a coaster bus or a JUTC bus, the standard to operate those vehicles is a higher
Right.
license, even though you can drive. That would be the analogy that I would draw. And I will pause here if you want to comment, and then I will listen in for the
All right. So let me
the
say a couple of things.
Westmoreland person.
Let me say a couple of things. Number one, Jamaica has several categories to drive certain kind of vehicles. Like you said, it's more than two categories. Several. You have license that allows you to drive private motor car, general license, and then they do it according to weight class. So depending, there's a different license required to drive like a coaster bus than to drive like the hauler trailers and stuff like that. So they're different. So totally understand that. But I'm not getting how we get to this person, because remember, we're talking about the first thing we have to do, we're talking about female football coaching, which which a person may have. For example, though Pep is a pro licensed coach, there is a difference in how you coach female. So there's a lot of factors that you have to deal with, especially on the female side. As much as the higher licenses are expected to be used, not everyone who has the highest qualification on the male side may be able to even coach on the female side, because it's different. For example, I'm an example of that. I struggle to coach female
So,
because different
but
level
Manny,
of there's a different psychology you're working with, physical issues that you're working with, technical abilities you're working with. So though you may have a pro licensed coach, that coach may not be as good as coaching female footballers as a C licensed coach.
and this is just for the best of my knowledge and knowledge of others who don't know, because at no point in time did I mention male pro license. Are we saying that there's no pro license available for coaching females? Are there no A license certifications available for
No,
coaching females and no B license for coaching females? I'm just
I'm going.
asking
I'm asking. No, we didn't say that.
because
That's
I don't understand why the assumption would be that the query, and I don't know the gentleman. I don't know much about female
yeah,
football. I'm asking as a concerned
yeah. But the
Jamaican.
question you're asking though
Right.
is suggesting that, because how the question was phrased, there's a suggestion that these other coaches, and maybe that is not what you meant, but the suggestion was these other coaches with Pro and A and B license were overlooked to give the
No, no, no.
coaching. No, what
No,
I'm saying
I
though is
I didn't state that
no,
at all, sir. I said
no, no.
if there were qualified
Sir,
coaches who met the minimum
no.
qualifications,
So listen what I'm saying. Just listen what I'm saying. I didn't say you say that. How you phrase the question suggested that though. Because that's what I gather from your question. That there are other options
I,
available. And I'm telling you what I understood from your statement. So I'm going to give
and
you
I
a chance
deeply
to correct it.
apologize if that was
Yes.
the understanding. So let me say that if there were other persons who possess the requisite qualifications, pro A or B license for coaching women football, they may feel overlooked. Now, I don't know these persons, and that's why I ask if the licensing levels available for coaching men's football, there's an equivalent licensing levels as Kyle said for coaching women football. I'm seeking knowledge and not casting aspersion. I don't know the coach. I don't know women's football. So I can't think. I'm asking.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to come back to that because I don't want the man to keep texting me. So let me just keep that cataract. Let me just call because I mean, I don't want him to feel like I ignored him. So we're gonna come back to that. So let me hear it. This is a club. Maybe I should call him directly instead of WhatsApp. So this is one of the persons who Mr. Tomlinson mentioned that Mr. Tomlinson said that the team Tuscany Warrior won the major league. This person is disputing that because he said his team is the champion. All right.
Yes, boss.
What should we call you, sir? This is a man from a team in the community of George's Plain in Westmoreland. Um, what should we call you? What surname should we address here, sir? Mr. Tullo?
Yeah, man. Mr. Teller, man. Mr. Teller.
All right, so this is Mr. Tullo. Mr. Tullo is from a community in Westmoreland called George's Plain. Recently, we had an interview with the parish president, Mr. Everton Tomlinson, and he said a few things that Mr. Tullo is disputing. One of which is that Tuscany Warrior are the major league champions. One, Mr. Tullo is disputing that. Mr. Tullo is also disputing when Mr. Tomlinson said that Petersfield and George's Plain were not ready for the Tier 2 qualification, therefore the spot was given to Tuscany Warriors. All right? He's also saying that subsequent to this, there will be no more football from their community because it is pointless. So, those are the two things. I don't know if there's anything else. So we have online Mr. Tullo. Mr. Tullo, talk to us and let the people hear because I said that, and then you can disagree, agree, and yeah, address what Mr. Tomlinson said.
Okay. Very clear and loud, Mr. Omar Smith. There's a distortion in the background.
Distortion.
Yeah, some distortion in the background.
All right. As long as you're hearing us, we are hearing you loud and clear. If the people not hearing it,
Oh,
then have a problem. But they are hearing you.
okay, yes. I was listening to the program last night, but I get to understand that this program was a delayed program. So, Mr. Talbot to bring up a few little topics where I don't agree with it. First of all, I'm the president for the George Plain United Football Club for a few years. I take part in the Westmoreland Football Association, under 13, under 15, and the Major League team. My concern is Mr. Tomlinson on the program, and he told the media that he contact Petersfield, and Jarvis Plain. Well, Jarvis Plain never get any contact from the president. So that is my biggest concern. How can a team that represents Parish in the Super League and though there's a tier 2 competition going on and we're still not a part of it? That was my question to Mr. Everton Tomlinson. Somebody from the office said I should write a letter to the FA. I do that. I don't get no contact from no one. So my problem is we are just playing from this. Are we going to play about the Major League, which is known for us? Are there a spot for it in the tier 2? No one knows that. So I'm the president. I have to make sure that I get those things that the public or my community can know what is what. There's a lot of talent.
Yes, so let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, because how did you play in tier 2 when Mr. Tomlin said Tuscany Warrior won the Major League?
Yes, I heard that on the program. Thank you for that correction. After we played Super League and the COVID come, there is no more football. So Tuscany Warriors, they play Major League. So there is no Major League final play. So Jarvis Plain is still the parish champion for 2020. Still parish champion. We win the Major League 2019, and the other year we play the Super League 2020. COVID can crash the program. So there's no more Super League, no more Major League.
So you're the last Jarvis Plain is the last Major League champions.
Yes.
Who was second place in the Major League?
Petersfield. We beat Petersfield 1-0 in the final.
Who was third place?
Third place. I guess no third place was it.
But who are the other two teams in the semifinals?
Okay, we play local London, and we beat local London 4-0 somewhere that I don't quite remember the score.
Yes.
And Petersfield beat Police.
So okay. So was Tuscany Warrior in that Major League?
Yeah, there was in that Major League, but there was low.
Okay. So and since that time, no Major League.
No man, yeah, them played. There's a Major League was going on while the Super League.
Okay, but you were not in that Major League.
No, we was not in that Major League. We was in the Super League.
Right. So who won that Major League, or it never finished?
It never finished. I said COVID come and crash the whole program.
Oh, so the Major League started and then COVID came and crashed it.
Yes.
So that means the last champion would have been Jarvis Plain. Because okay.
We were the last champion.
Okay. So Tuscany Warrior. So did he say that because they were leading the league and it stopped, they are the champions? Is that what happened?
No, and nothing could be like that neither. Okay. Remember, I'm the president for the Jarvis Plain club.
Yes.
So at that time, we were having a lot of Zoom meetings from the conference in Chilami and whatever. You understand me?
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that we know about the system. So all football, just like the Premier League, the Super League, the Major League, everything start afresh. Supposed to start afresh.
Okay.
That was
So,
No,
so let's get to the other thing now. All right, so fine. So understand that nothing was decided because the league ended abruptly. So the last champion would have been Jarvis Plain. So when they were
yeah.
now seeking the team recently to play in the Tier 2 qualifier because Reno should have been in it, next team from Westmoreland was supposed to go to the playoff. Did Mr. Tomlinson speak with you or your club?
No, nothing like that. That is the big reason why we're so upset at this moment because we hear on the street that there's a tier two going on and we're supposed to be in the tier two.
Right.
All right?
Reno,
So,
Reno is in it because Reno was coming into that. Reno had a spot that they didn't use, so they got back their spot.
exactly.
Right?
All right. Yes.
Right. So Reno is out of this. So now there was supposed to be a playoff to add one more team from Westmoreland. What Tuscany Warrior played in that playoff? Why didn't your team play in that playoff?
Well, Mr. Omar, that is a big question. Hey, you have to ask Mr. Everton Thomas why Johnston doesn't qualify enough for that.
So did
competition.
you speak with
All
Mr.
right.
Tomlinson?
Yes, I went down there to speak to Mr. Tomlinson. Mr. Tomlinson turned to me and said, Tuscany Warrior is more organized, is more qualified team for the tier two. I turned to Mr. Tomlinson and said, how you can decide that if it's our body, how much you know that we prepare ourselves for the Super League, carry ourselves to the Super League, and you look at us and tell us that we don't qualify for the tier two. How can you decide that for us? You understand?
Okay,
This
so
guy
you said that Tuscany Warrior was more organized. All right.
That's what he said.
Okay. Did
You understand?
any of your players play for Tuscany Warriors?
Well, to be honest, I don't even watch one game. But I remember I have
Who is the coach
one
for
look.
Who is the coach for Tuscany Warriors? I need to
The
talk.
coach for Tuscany,
I need to talk to the coach.
the coach for Tuscany Warriors was this guy from Stoom. I guess I'm saying in the Stoom school. He was a Stoom school coach. He was the one who I went down there and see a training session because I must submit a letter to the FA. So I went down there and I submit the letter to the FA. And I saw the training and I saw that guy. But after a while, I hear on the street that it's Mr. Everton Tomlinson who the one who takes over. You understand me? And then you have this belly rep guy.
Okay, so you're saying that Mr. Everton Tomlinson it was in charge of Tuscany Warrior?
That what I heard.
Okay. So when you wrote the letter and you dropped it off at the FA, what did they respond to you and say?
I don't know what I don't get any feedback. There's a lady that who is the PO officer.
PRO, public relations
PRO
officer.
officer. Yeah, PRO officer. Yeah, thank you for correcting.
Yeah.
That lady get back to me and say he's no longer a part of the FA.
Meaning she's no longer a part of the FA?
Yeah, okay. She's no longer part of the FA.
Oh, because she's the person who does normally what? Respond to your letters and stuff?
No, she's a person who told me that I must get this letter written in the right and proper way and drop it up at the FA. I went down there and I bring two different letters. And I went down there and there's a lady that's in the office, I guess who he is the secretary or whatever, and I hand this lady the letter. The lady said when Mr. Everton came in the office, he would give it to him. Mr. Everton Tomlinson was outside and I'm making the rear of the letter that I went in the office. That's the purpose. So I don't get any answer.
All right.
This lady they told me, say, we must submit the letter, but I don't think we're going to afford to pay to play the tier 2 this year. That's the one that Stefan and Warrior take part into. Because
Okay.
everything was done
All right. So
already.
let me ask you a question. There was I know that they were trying to do some licensing thing for the clubs and some new thing. Did your club start that process?
All right. To be honest with you, we start a lot of things. Yeah, we started because from the Super League, that's what they told me that we have to register our club as a business.
Yes.
So we go ahead and start all our procedure, whatever. And understand? So
Oh,
we supposed to get
so the FA told you that to start the licensing process, the club has to be registered as a business.
as a business. So
So you started doing that.
we started doing that to get an clearance from the tax office or whatever. You understand me?
Yeah.
We have our letterhead, we have our stamp. There are a few things we have for the club, preparing for the next league.
Oh, so your club already is registered as a business. You have your TRN, you have your club stamp.
No, we don't have the clearance as yet.
Okay.
You understand? But my concern is if there is a tier 2 going on and Johnson is the defending champion for the parish, you as the president supposed to inform us and make we get ourselves together.
Okay, I see what you mean. So you're saying that he should have probably said to you, you need to get your TRN, you need to get this. If you don't have it, you can't play. Basically.
Exactly. Nothing like that. When we on the street, this team gonna play in our position. To be honest, you know, even here on the street, the whole we sell the spot to that club down there. Jamaican communities, stuff like that.
Oh, so where do you go from now, as you know, in terms of your club? Because you're still in the parish. You according to what you're saying, you didn't get to play in the tier 2. You were playing in the Super League. What is the next step for your club? Because there is under 15 and all kind of things going on down there. Where is your club?
Okay, all right. I supposed to take part in the under 15 competition. I even went down there. I get the form, fill out the form and everything to get back to register the kids them. But after this thing came up with the tier 2 incident, we just dropped everything. Because we can be no longer a part of a FA that just show yourself, don't show any respect. Understand me? So we was waiting and this meeting up to the there's no meeting between we and the FA. So we don't know where to take it from here. If we're still gonna play in football or not. Are we still a part of Westmoreland?
But the one thing I'll say though is that I don't know where it is at. Maybe I need to ask Mr. Tomlinson how many of the clubs are licensed, because this whole licensing thing started during the pandemic, you know. When the JFF was going around saying that clubs need to get themselves licensed. So I don't know. I hear your cry, and I think like better dialogue should have taken place. But could it be that you never do the licensing thing? Why?
But no, listen what I'm saying to you now. Just to read. How Mr. President would determine if we are not licensed or not if we don't meet together? That's a question. Can I answer that for me?
Oh yeah, well that is true. So you said that. Well, he would know that you're not licensed because he would have because the licensing is on the FIFA Connect system, so he would know.
No. But what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
If you the president for the parish,
yeah,
and you have a team that advance to a Super League or whatever. So you should be the one who get to these
Yeah,
clubs
no man, I
and
agree
tell
with you.
these
I
clubs.
agree with you that because like I know some parishes, not going to call their names, that they help to get the team prepared. Right?
Yeah,
They help to get the team prepared for the competition, which is they facilitate them in the process. And I agree with you that if your team is the top team, then the president of the FA should have engaged you so
nothing
that
like that.
your right, so that your team, all right, the fact that he did not engage you is an issue. But if he were trying to get you set up and you weren't ready, then I can see why he chose a team that was ready. But what you're saying is that you were never approached about participating in the tier two.
All right. I can say something to you. Remember,
Go ahead.
once he said on your program, said he gets to Petersfield doesn't ready.
Right.
He
He
gets
said
to Reno,
he spoke to Petersfield, and Petersfield said that he said first he spoke to Jarvis Plain,
nothing
and
like that.
then he spoke to Petersfield, and Petersfield said they would not be ready. So that is why he went, which is kind of strange because he was saying that, though because he never needed to talk to them. He never needed to talk to you. He never needed to talk to Petersfield if Tuscany Warriors are the champions. So I thought that was a misstep on his part. Why would he need to talk to both of you if Tuscany Warriors is supposed to get the spot? So that was to
Exactly.
me an error on his part. All right, because if Tuscany Warriors supposed to be in the competition, he doesn't need to talk to you. He doesn't need to talk to Petersfield. The fact that he's
Exactly.
saying that he spoke to you and he spoke to Petersfield is suggesting to me that Tuscany Warriors was not the team, and the only way they could get to play is if Petersfield and George's Plain were not ready.
Exactly.
Now, if because he said, and this is where the issue is now, he said he spoke to George's Plain and Petersfield. You are saying that he never spoke to you.
He never spoke to me. I have
He,
an email. I have an email address down there. I have a telephone down there. And I said,
do you know
Mr.
Mr.
Tomlinson,
Do you know Mr. Tomlinson?
me?
Yeah.
I'm a friend.
Do you know the office?
I'm a friend.
So 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 he knows
Mr.
where
Tom,
to find you and how to
Mr.
contact you.
Tom, Mr. Thompson, come. I'm at my home when you need things from me. And suddenly, I went tents and chairs. So Mr. Thompson having his meeting. Mr. Thompson come for chairs from me and table free of cost.
Does he does he have your number? Did you change your number? Because I'm wondering how come there was no dialogue. And it seemed like you guys are
No,
in close proximity to each other.
hold off. To be honest, they have they have a WhatsApp group for the essay.
Yes.
I'm in that group. So my number cannot hide. Every team that takes part in any competition at the essay is in that group. I am a part of that.
Okay, so there is no all right, so let me ask you a different question. Did what did you heard about the tier two, right?
Yes.
All right. So when you heard about the tier two, did you start now getting your team ready to play in the tier two?
All right. To be honest, all right. When I heard about the tier two, it is so late for us.
Okay.
It's so late for us because what happened? I just hear that a team on the train. To be honest, is a coach. The coach just come at my home and told me that Paul Jarvis playing was in the tier two. You understand? And I'm like, so the tier two competition is preparing clubs, and Jarvis playing is not a part of it. I went down there, drive down there. Yeah, one of my friends. And I spoke to Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas told me that he's trying to get in touch with me and can't get in touch with me and whatever. I'm saying, Mr. Thomas, I'm from Jarviston, 5 miles away from Staff. Whenever you need me. You drive all the way from Staff, come find me in Jarviston. I have an email number, I have a telephone number. Understand me? I was at the last under 15 meeting. You understand me?
Yeah.
So how come you don't have any communication with me?
So all right. So and did you try to reach out to him and say, Mr. Tomlinson, I hear that tier 2 is going on. My team's supposed to be playing. What is going on?
Mr. Omar.
I'm just asking because I find this very strange, you know. So I just kind of asking
Omar.
because let me say it this way. Based on what I'm hearing from you, and based on how I'm surmising Mr. Tomlinson's action, it is suggesting that there was no dialogue with you, and Tuscany Warriors went in to the tier 2 without any approach to you. So even if your documents were not ready, he never knew that. He just put them in. That is how it is coming across to me. And I want to make it sure that I'm not misunderstanding or misrepresenting you or Mr. Tomlinson.
All right. To be honest, when I heard about this tier 2 competition, team prepared for the tier 2, I went down there and I put Mr. Tomlinson. Mr. Tomlinson, oh, the tier 2 competition is going to take part and they are displaying. He's not a part of it. He turned to me and he tried to get in touch with me.
Yes.
And he couldn't get in touch with me or whatever.
Oh, so okay, so you finally had a conversation and he said he was trying to get in touch with you.
Yes. I understand. So I went back and I make a voice note in the group and they say that is not the right way to deal with it. Just submit a letter to the FA.
Oh, right, I see what you mean. Because when he was saying that he couldn't get in touch with you, you guys were in a WhatsApp group together.
Yes, all over ever since.
Even now? Oh, don't say ever since.
Yes, ever since.
Ever since or Everton?
No, man, ever since we have.
I know, man, I just playing around when they say ever since and his name is Everton. But that's
okay, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, all right. Man, ever since we involved in football with the FA, we have the WhatsApp group where we share views and everything. And after, yeah,
so let me ask this. Your club has your affiliation fee and because you're in the Super League, so you have registration with the FA. So you're a registered club with the FA.
Yeah, man, we register at this FA and we register the Super League at
Western
Trelawney.
Confed in Trelawney. Okay.
Yeah, everything.
So there is documentation there with the club name, the club president, and all of those things.
Everything.
Except that you don't have a club stamp.
No, we have a club stamp.
Oh, you have a club stamp.
Yeah, but we don't have a TRN. Answer me.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, what you don't have is a TRN.
Yeah, remember
the club have a bank account?
Yeah, man, we have our bank account.
Okay, so you have Okay, so you have I see.
We have everything prepared for the Super League.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, so you had all of those things before the Super League, except that you were not a registered business, so you could get a TRN. Okay.
Yeah, and that is a new format was applied to all clubs.
Right. To all clubs, right.
Yeah, to all clubs.
So okay. Ah, boy. I seem like I'm going to have to get back Mr. Tomlinson back on the program to answer some of these things. I need to find a way to have all of you together because this seem like it is a merry-go-round. It seems like it's a...
No, to be honest, it's a hard decision for us because knowing that Jarvis Plain is struggling how long. You're from Jarvis Plain, so you know the community full of talent and whatever. And we reach top of the parish. Moving on, playing
high quality football going to Mobile, Chilani, all over. Understand me? And to see these guys now stuck at one level at this moment, because if there's no tier 2 for us, because the guys themselves, they're not going to play down no major league.
Okay.
Most of the guys are now changing for arena.
Oh, so the guys from your club now, they are gone to arena because arena is in the tier 2.
Exactly. Because we don't have any choice, because we're out. You understand me?
Okay.
And football can be like that.
Let me ask you, what is your
country.
take on football in the parish of Westmoreland?
What?
Your take on football? Because Mr. Tomlinson was saying that everybody putting on the primary school, putting on them own thing, everybody putting on them own, other people putting on. It's almost like everybody is doing their own thing. But let me just hold on a sec. Listen, big up to all the persons who have joined the stream. Kyle, don't know if you're still there. So 2 persons have gone on. Carlington, big up yourself. Man from out east. Michael Garden as well. He has gone on. Given to. You understand me, Kyle? So you see, it is good.
I see it is coming up. And thank everybody who has contributed. You know, those who have contributed believe that coaching can make a difference. And like I keep telling people, it's like our track and field. We have the best track and field runners because we have the best track and field coaches. It's the same theory. Better coaches means better athletes, whether it's football or track and field. But we have to standardize our coaching by basically getting the knowledge in there so that quality of play.
All right, Kyle freezing up a little bit. So people, do not play with the stream like Duckland says. Hit the like button, subscribe and share. Here's the next thing, people. Here's the next thing, people. I don't like what I go on. Listen, it's Super Friday. We are the super stickers. We are the super chat. Also, Mr. Tolo, we have Parky at Parky out of England in the comment section saying big up Tolo. So he's listening to you right now.
Yeah, man, big up Mr. Parky. Yeah, man.
So, right?
All over.
All right, so the persons in the comment section, come on, man. It's Super Friday. Super sticker, super chat time right now. Right, Kyle? Talk to the people. Duckland, talk to them. Hit the like button. Fresh God, come from under the bed. Fresh God, come from under the bed. Wicked man Chris, come from under the bed. When I hide. Yeah, man. But let's continue. So Mr. Tomlinson was saying that everybody running them own tournament, doing them own thing. Talk to me now about your take on where football is in the parish of Westmoreland.
Okay, all right. You know that Charleston always have our community corner league. You understand? From ever since.
Yeah.
Whether we're having a major league team or a super league team, corner league always be one of the main attraction for the community. So we don't try to play in super league and major league. We try to break the corner league. Understand me?
Yeah.
But the corner league doesn't host by the club.
Right.
The corner league host by is a player, but we always support. You understand me?
Yes.
Each other. So over the years, the community is off and on. So this guy decides that he's gonna make corner league play, and he said no problem. While corner league is playing, we playing our major league. In the same time, you have a quite issue with referee, because there was some of the referee that take part in the corner league. They are the same one who take part in the major league and whatever. We don't make that affect we and whatever. Our players, we just stick to our major league and corner league going on same way, and players from the corner league start and come play major league. And that's the reason why we becomes the champion for the parish. But right now, crime and violence is so high right now. Nothing
is going on at this moment. Understand me? So on the street, all the kids them ask me when is the next competition because the under 15 have the guys on called train and everything, get us all these guys burst every ticket and everything, put everything together, and then after this tier 2 conversation, everything just went out. Because to be honest, if it was a new program right now, I wouldn't even thinking about football at this moment. You understand me? We even went back there. We structure back our, because to be honest, we have a few people, who, our members on board who they across the water. So we even get some new members.
Okay, because the club have a board, you have a president and all of those things. So the club is set up properly, man.
Yeah, well, it has to, because remember, we attend the conference meeting. You know?
Right.
We have to get ourselves structured right and proper.
Right, because you're in the Super League. So you're one of the more organized clubs.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of finding it strange. Like I said, I need to find out from Mr. Tomlinson. Why then, seeing that you participated in the Super League, and to play in the Super League, you had to have all of those things in place that the club licensing require. Why did he say you were not prepared or not ready or whatever or not organized? That's what I want to find out.
No, he never said never ready. He said that team that take our spot now is more prepared more than us.
So what does he mean by more prepared?
Well, that's the big question. Because I asked Mr. Tomlinson, how can you determine the quality of our and preparedness? Because it doesn't get to us. And to just explain, there's a split tier 2 competition. It's on in few months' time, whatever. Can you get us prepared by X, Y, or whatever? And then we say, okay, Mr. Tomlinson, we cannot reach the requirement.
So let me ask you this. If he said, if when that had happened, just hypothetically speaking, he said, Jared is playing, you have tier 2 playoff and not Tuscany Warrior, would your team have been ready?
Yes, because no matter we it's a community club enough. We have everything. All right, to be honest, when when we play in the Super League and the virus take over, and the league stop, we stop with the league. Preparing anytime at all, this league is ready. We are back and check.
Yes.
Yeah. Stop, because remember, all right, at the conference meeting, you know, if you don't honor your fixtures, there's a big fine for it.
Yeah.
Understand me? So we prepare ourselves right through to finish ourselves in the competition, whether win, lose. You understand me? So our club was at our A game at that time. First, we get in a different coaches, because our coach is a coach at Arena right now, you know. And we structure ourselves right through back everything, because we say, we say, okay.
I want to hold on, because I have somebody saying that, but I need to answer to somebody. But Formula, what I am saying, sir, is that this club, what the club licensing thing, they have everything in the club licensing thing. They are registered with the FA Formula. They have, because there's nothing in the club licensing that says you have to have a TRN. Nothing. The club, they're registered. They have the requisite coach with the coaching license. They have a board in place. They have meetings. They have a field. They played in the Super League. They have a club stamp. They have a bank account. What else are you saying they didn't have for you to say they didn't meet the licensing criteria formula? Because that is what I'm trying to understand. What the man is saying is that at no point Mr. Tomlinson communicated with them until after Tuscany Warrior was in it. And he told them, he said that the team, what Mr. Tullow is saying is Mr. No, formula. The club formula. What I am saying to formula is that the club, the club licensing, you don't have to be a registered business to be licensed. Remember how the club licensing meet, they are like certain things you have to have, right? You have things that you can work on, certain things you have. They are working on being registered as a business. They have all the other things. There's nothing that says if you don't have this part of it, you're not a registered. That is not what the club licensing is. I run a club and we are registered on the connect. And the club now is not a business. Is not a registered business. So the club licensing, let me say it again, the club licensing that they have, there's a list of things. And when you have those things, say you have, I don't know the exact amount, you have 20 things, and you are graded, so you can still meet the passing grade, even if you don't have a field. Because part of it is that you need to have a field or to have what they call a lease and something. You can still meet all the other things. And if you don't have the field, like Cavaliers don't have a home field, but they're still licensed. Because it's not one thing, you can not have some things and have it. So just wanted to clarify that, right? Because, and that's why I ask, and that's why I need to hear from Mr. Tomlinson. Because if when he went to the club, or if he went to the club and then he found out that, he would have to come on and say, listen, they never met the criterias. Because based on what Mr. Tullow said, they were in the Super League, so they met all the criterias. So Mr. Tomlinson now have to come out and say, no, they didn't meet the criterias. And then you and I, Formula, would be on the same page.
Yeah, but we have all our documents now.
Yeah, that is what I'm explaining to him, because he's just concerned that you don't have any footing if you are not licensed as a club with the FA. Because all the clubs must go through the licensing process and the FIFA Connect process.
Yes. To be honest, I believe of that. You understand?
So I'm going to have to hear from Mr. Tomlinson, because the Gold Cup draw is a little later, Duckland. It's 12 o'clock their time in California. They are 3 hours ahead, so I think that is 3 o'clock. We are 3 hours ahead, so I think that is 3 o'clock our time. 2 o'clock, yeah. Yeah, I think it's 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock our time, yeah. So I need to hear from Mr. Tomlinson, though. So here's the thing, Mr. Tola. I want to make sure that you have said everything you wanted to say, because we're gonna have to end the show in around 6 minutes time. So, is there anything you want to say? Hey, Parky, drop your super sticker and your super chat on Friday, no Parky. Don't ramp with the thing,
Yes, come on. I want words. Let me have a few words to close off with. Understand me?
So you said that. Let me just ask you again, because you said that you, from your understanding, Mr. Tomlinson plays a part in Tuscany Warrior as a coach, based on what you have heard as a coach.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't have any strong
Because
evidence.
I think if other teams are supposed to be in there, Tuscany Warrior ends up being in there and he becomes the coach, I think that could be perceived as a conflict of interest. So, but we'll figure that out. But go ahead and say what you want to say in closing.
Yeah, what I'm really have to say, understand me? I included myself too, because I'm the president for Jordan Spain or whatever, understand me? We leaders need to be more professional in terms of like Mr. Tomlinson, who's the president for the Westmoreland football. He needs to play a more professional role in terms of like he's the one who who's saying he got to help with all these clubs. But if you're in favor of one club or two clubs, and you're not in favor of the other 8, it doesn't make sense. You understand me? Because to be honest, he in favor of Tucson Warrior because I guess he understands that they are pumping big money, big money. You understand me? They have an overseas collection or whatever. You understand me? Even the secretary for that club is Mr. Tomlinson, secretary. I know everything that goes on in that office.
What? You're saying that in the parish association, these are serious allegations, Mr. Tull. You're saying that the
Yes,
secretary for Tuscany Warrior is the secretary for the Westmoreland Football Association. You're saying that the president of the Westmoreland Football Association is also connected to Tuscany Warrior. Mr. Tull, is serious allegations that these things could land you in court if you can't prove it.
I have a family, careful,
So that is why I'm saying, Mr. If you can't prove these things,
Yeah, man. You what go on now. Remember before the film, you know everything what go on, You know, we cook up,
Well, Mr. Tolo, careful and cook up this is I'm just warning you, sir.
These things. You know what? It just happened that me get the end of it,
Oh, so are you saying, let me ask what, because again, I want to, the views expressed by Mr. Toller are not the views of, I'm sure, sports people. Let me put that disclaimer out there.
Can I make a statement, man?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Doesn't the GFF have a whistleblower and a conflict of interest hotline? And if so, I will implore the gentleman to get in contact with that hotline and make these things known.
Let's find out, because what Mr. Toller just said is that he voted for Mr. Tomlinson, and if I'm misquoting you, please correct me. He said we voted, and when we are cook up thing, it will cook up, but now it a work against me.
Okay. Well,
that no sound too right there, sir.
Omar.
Yes, sir.
Make it rest right there.
Yeah, make it rest right there, sir. So,
yeah, man. I'm doing business right now, and I'm a family, so make it rest right there.
Yeah.
Understand?
I think so, Mr. Toller.
Yeah,
Mr. Toller, listen.
Mr. Toller. Make it rest at a public international forum. I love this.
So let me Mr. Toller, listen, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Of course, like I said to Mr. Tomlinson, if you speak and you call people's name, then I owe it to them to give them an opportunity to come and speak. So you have come out and you have spoken, right?
Yes.
So what I will have to do is to reach out to Mr. Tomlinson, because he may need to clear up some of this. All right?
Okay, sir.
All right. So have a wonderful day and all the best to your team. And, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Make the public hear my voice and hear what I have to say for my community. Not for me.
All right.
On the behalf of Jarvis United.
Yeah, man. All right. Bless up, Mr. Toller.
Yeah, man. Bless up everybody. One of all.
Yeah, man. All right. Cool. All right. So that is Mr. Toller. We have Mr. Maiten.
Yeah.
Are you
good
listening?
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Are you listening to the program? Because we had a caller on,
Yeah, man. I came on just in time.
But you're cutting off the call to come on.
And I didn't want you to hang up because I want you to get Mr. Tomlinson back on the program.
Yeah?
I want you to get Mr. Tomlinson on the program.
Of course, I'm going to have to call him and get him back.
I'm going to explain to the public what he's cooking up.
No, hey, Mr. Maiten, you see, people, the views expressed by Mr.
No, money.
No, but
the caller who you had earlier, I did Mr. Toller is his name.
Yes.
He stated that he voted for Mr. Tomlinson. He said that the person who is the secretary in the SAS office, no, not the same. He said the person who is the secretary at the club in question, is Mr. Tomlinson's secretary. So I don't know if
At the
The
FA,
person,
so the FA secretary is Tuscany Warrior secretary. I don't know if there's
okay.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there are too many things. Um, I wouldn't say, I don't know. I mean, in our generation context, sometimes there are persons who work
Right.
with clubs who are a part of FA. I mean, so I don't know if there's a lot wrong with that, except save and except that there are no, I mean, guidelines or policies in place to prevent the appearance of conflict or whatever it is. However, he further went on to say that he votes for the president, and when them a cook the thing, or when him a cook thing, he know him, yes, so him automatically know him implicate the press. No, man, it's a serious thing, so that I'm joking about. A serious thing enough. The man has said, so brother, the truth is, the same way anything you use it can mean a lot of things. Now, I would hate to walk away having one impression of it without Mr. Thomas coming to tell us what the person may have meant by saying that. Because as far as I mean, we know, and I listened to the program the other day, and he said that Westmoreland have two teams that have two spots in the series competition. And he said that Reno is getting one of them, and the other one is going to a playoff. Now, if you have two spots available, why would one of your teams need to go to a playoff?
That no man, no man, remember, no man, no man. Remember now with the tier two, right? There was a playoff.
Yes.
So when they said two teams available, remember I said that there was a playoff. That is where Tuscany were because there are two spots available. If the second team qualifies, you'll get that is what because that is how it
No,
was said.
no money, then maybe they might use this money.
No, but that no man.
Maybe they are using the term wrong.
Right,
So
so
you
right
cannot have,
across. But do you know that even in St. Anne, what Mr. Beckford said is that St. Anne have two spots available. One of those were counted as the team that went into the playoff, which was the Brownstone team that qualified. So no St.
yeah,
Anne.
but money, you're not understanding what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If I'm keeping I'm keeping a World Cup. World Cup is keeping now. And they say 32 teams, and them say Concacaf have three spots.
Available.
Okay, no, all right, three spots of money. Available or not, Concacaf have three spots. So when whatever route Concacaf needs to take to ensure that them sign them get three teams to an equal way, then that's the three spots available. Now, the other part that is that you can have another team from Concacaf be a player. But if you go back and check the FIFA team, they won't say that Concacaf have four spots available.
No, I understand. So no, what I'm saying is that maybe the
Yeah,
wording across Jamaica was wrong because it is not just the wording was right across Jamaica that all the parishes will now have two spots available. So, for example, there was a team from St. Catherine already in it. So they said that racing was going to play off to get to it because true juice.
yes, yeah, but
Right.
money, then the racing, then that means Centre can do a two spots available.
So fine. So I am saying that you're right. That's what I'm saying to you. How it was being worded across Jamaica is wrong. We can say that it was not the best wording.
Yeah, because it was my assumption that you will have two teams from each parish.
No,
So
that would
you
make it
will have
28 teams. That's what I'm saying. That's not what they meant. So that is not like
uh,
the FA fault. It was just poor communication or how we understood the communication. What I have an issue with is that Mr. Tomlinson said that it was Tuscany Warriors who won the Major League, which means just like the Lima automatically went in because they were the Major League winners. You never had to come and talk to Priory or Brownstone or Madras. You put in the team that won. Why
yes,
did Mr. Tomlinson say he spoke to Petersfield and George's Plain? In the same breath, he's saying that, why would they need to speak to them if Tuscany Warriors are the champion?
but further to that, I think the best thing to have done is Tuscany won the major league. Remember, you know, Reno did play tier 2 last year, and Reno did play major league in the Paris, I'm assuming. They didn't play major league. So, if Tucson won the major league, why are they going to a playoff and Reno be allowed to represent the Paris?
No, man. All right. So I think so, Brian. All right. The Super League teams. Remember Western Confed. How Reno got the spot, right? Remember last year Super League, Chapelton Maroons were in it, right?
No, man, not Super League, tier 2.
Tier two, right? Tier 2.
Yeah.
Casafa had a spot. They gave the 14 parish champions the spot. Isn't that what they did? Casafa update. Casafa update.
Yeah, Casafa they're not playing.
Reno had a spot, and they never had a team. We had that discussion, right?
Is it a team? Yeah, they never had a team.
Reno. So when the competition was going to be restarted, Casafa still had a spot, and Reno still had the spot because
money. So here's the difficulty I'm having now. The difficulty I'm having now is I would like to think that the spots are available to the parishes and not the club per se, because here's what I'm saying.
It's for the parish, so you're giving the parish. So, all right, go ahead. Let me hear you out.
Yeah, because I'm saying Reno didn't play in the tier 2 in the inaugural stage because whatever reason they didn't play. They couldn't feel a team, they didn't play. What I want to know is, given that in the tier 2, did they play in the? Well, there was no
competition to play.
Yeah,
so they had to be.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm agreeing that they didn't play the competition. So when did Tucson won the major league?
That's what I'm saying to you. I am saying to you, the gentleman said, then they have never won the major league in Westmoreland.
Oh,
that's what he's saying. That's what I'm saying to you. So my point is, it is apparently true, because if Tucson Warriors had won it, he would not need to go and speak to the other teams. The fact that he said he went and speak to Petersfield and they said they weren't ready. He said he spoke to Jardis Plain and they weren't ready. And then he put Tucson Warriors in there. He's saying to me that it is because Tucson Warriors never won it. Because why would you need to go and consult the other teams if Tucson Warriors were the champions? You understand me?
So is this Tucson Warriors a new team?
The gentleman said when they won the league, Tucson Warriors finished in the bottom of the league. He named the 4 teams. He said he and Petersfield went to the finals. Police and Little London were the others. So the 4 teams that went into the semifinals were Jardis Plain, Police, Little London, and he said Petersfield. Tucson Warriors finished all the way down the table.
Yeah, man. Okay.
All right. In the year of the pandemic, Petersfield, they were in the Super League, the Western Confed, Jardis Plain. So the major league restarted, and it stopped because of the pandemic. It never finished.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So it stopped. It never finished because of the pandemic. So the last champions would have been Jardis Plain, because you never had any completed competition after that.
Yeah, man. I remember in the pandemic, they just declared all competitions.
There you go. So there's no record that Tucson Warriors have ever won in the league. So this is why the gentleman is saying, how did they end up getting the spot? Seeing that he was in the Super League.
But even so, what I'm saying is, if Mr. Tomlinson is saying he went to consult some of the other teams, I'm assuming those teams would have been the ones that were in the semi-final the last time they had a competition.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, your point is correct.
And the teams are saying, this guy is saying that he had everything in place. He said when he spoke to Mr. Tomlinson, Tucson Warriors were already playing the tier 2. And Mr. Tomlinson said to him, it's because Tucson Warriors were more prepared. He doesn't know what that means in terms of them being more prepared.
Yeah.
So that is why he has to come and answer that.
The whole situation is quite spooky.
Yeah.
So I am thinking you need to get Mr. Samuel to back on the show.
Yeah, I have to do that.
You need to either come, you need to either recruit these things or agree that they are true. Because it can't be both. I mean, it sounds a way though that even the whole race creation of the expert, even the real thing of the SPV, that I told him last time, the problem that occurred from day one, it seems as if the way in which the Westmoreland FA is operating is not in good standing. Because Mr. Tomlinson said on your program that they brought some documents in the night for him to sign, in the wee hours of the night. And when he was going through the documents, he noted that the team name was called FC Reno. And he said he pointed it out to the gentleman, and the gentleman said in voice, it's an error, or the person is an error number to fix it. However, he went ahead, signed the document, and I think at one point he even said he lend them the stamp or lend them some form of stamp or something. So when you say it's money, you the part, so you would have signed document. So first of all, the document you to sign to verify something seen. And when them come, them say, Pastor, this here is 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you look at it, you will see 1, 3, 2, 4. Automatically, when you are going to the first who are verified, you say, hey, here's the error. Try to line to this, sign it, me sign it, and we stamp it to say, yeah, we agree that it's the error of changes. Why would you leave a screen on the thing? And then allow the man, come by the man that in front of you, if all the seconds are put up a pen, which you have a pen and a sign, why you allow the man to go over the thing, say the key, and then come to the chat follow and say, you only knew about this months after when you went to a boarding thing at the J or for the JFS. It just seems like the association now run with no good standing. It just seems just like everything goes. And so it seems to me, based on what Mr. Thomas is saying. So I don't know if me and Mr. Jefferson are in probably choosing ways around, but it's
like I said, I am going to have to try and call him. Hopefully, I can get him back to come on tomorrow to explain this. You understand? Because the stuff are not. They're and I see somebody saying here, that this is that Simi saying that they are the most organized team in the parish of Westmoreland. Plus 15 of the 20 players are from Manning School D Cup. All right, so Daniel Smith, where the players are from has nothing to do with it. The thing is done on merit. So even if the entire team were Manning's players, what you have to ask is not the team that is best organized that gets the spot. It is the team that qualifies. It's sporting merit. So even if I'm more organized than you, if I finish at the bottom of the table, my organization don't mean that I get promoted. I'm not being promoted because remember what the JFF says in this club licensing thing is that I will say it again. And I was saying this to Formula earlier, Brian, that the idea that at club qualify, the process is you may meet a certain gradient. Say you're supposed to reach to 300 and you reach 250. You have time. They give you time to make up the other 50 thing. They don't just say, well, you can't go through and bring in a next team. That's not how it works. You have to meet a certain grade, and the FA is supposed to help you to meet the standard to qualify for the league. Oh, click on the link. Man.
Yeah, I remember,
where them man, all over the place, man. Hey, listen, man have dual personality, Are you leader follower, sir? Or follower leader? Cause you're the on phone, you're the on. Where are you?
No man, this is Brian. I'm not the follower or the leader or anything. I'm just Brian.
You come off of the you do that, man. The man up on the phone and the man just turn up on the stream, people. What
multitask.
Yes, go ahead.
You sound good, my boss. May I tell you, and I want to tell you that it even further to that, it even highlights some of the problems that facing the football, brother. Because when a president can come and admit that him sign a document knowing that he saw an error on the document, the person who bring it come tell him that there's an error on it,
and him still sign it knowing that there's an error. You know, understand in something not right, boss.
And
It
give
thing
them
not
in
look good.
stamp.
Yeah, and him say him give them him stamp. Matter of fact, not team stamp. The association stamp is not in personal stamp. The stamp for the association, you know. So who knows what else them could have got take the stamp and verify, brother. Yo, that manings, that come like a just study piece, you know, brother. You come
Yes,
for
so
some document.
I have just received a letter, Brian. It says this letter is to the General Secretary of the Westmoreland FA. All right, I soon get to that because we have closed the show. It says, "Dear Sir, Madam." It says, and the subtitle is tendering of request for a formal meeting with the Westmoreland FA, and this is from the Georges Plain United Sports Club. It has their seal and the president. It says, "We, the members of the Georges Plain United Sports Club, tender this letter as a formal medium requesting a meeting with the Westmoreland Football Association. The request comes as a response to discrepancies and happenings involving lack of communication and action between the FA and the Georgia Spain Football Club. We are eager and ready to propel the youth and sporting development in our community at this critical time. Hence, it is important that we have a constructive conversation concerning the status of our team in the league as we chart our way forward. Please inform us of the soonest possible date and time that we can meet and have an informed meeting." He says, "We wait patiently await your response. Yours in service," and it has the president's stuff.
Manny, can I just make a comment? I've been sitting here listening, and the first thing that comes to my mind is does the GFF have a grievance board? Meaning, if you have clubs, people, individuals who have issues with their various FAs, be it Westmoreland, Hanover, whoever, does the GFF have a grievance board to arbitrate as to who is right and who is wrong? And what kind of sanctions do they have in place if they do have a grievance board? That's number one. And that is crucial because you can't have a situation where things keep going around in circles. People keep complaining about grievances, and the only option they have is the person they have a grievance against, which is the FA of that parish. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I have more
Yeah,
They have just sent me more documents here with their club letterhead, club stamp, with their board of members, from manager to president to vice president, public relation officer, secretary, assistant secretary, treasurer, assistant treasurer. So they seem like a very organized club.
yeah, it would appear that way. But Kyle, I don't know if the JFF have a grievance board. I don't think I don't think that's what it's called. But yeah, if you are having a difficulty with your park association, you can write to the JFF.
All right, listen, I'm gonna have to run in because we have the Gold Cup stuff, and I'm going to be touching live with some of the representative over there on that show. But here's what now. So, but to I'm going to have to get back Mr. Tomlinson back on the show to answer to some of these things. Let me just give the people. So Reiss Nelson, a lot of people have been wondering if Reiss Nelson has any connection to Jamaica. He does. His mother is Jamaican, and his father is from Zimbabwe. And Reiss Nelson, if you're watching, people over there, if you're watching, you still can represent Jamaica.
Manny, let me just say one
Just
thing real
go ahead.
quick. All right, before we go, again, thank you, viewers, listeners, and everybody for listening to the great Manning's Man. Again, and contribute. This is Friday. I just heard in the comments, I believe you spoke to somebody about the B license and and its parity with the USSF license.
See,
Sorry,
yeah.
right. Comparable to our B license. I mean, if the USSFC license is comparable to the B license that we have back home, then we are in trouble because the USSFC license is for under 18s.
Well, what I don't know, Kyle, I don't, because I think sometimes and that is what Andre is saying. He's saying that we can say that, but the truth is we have to get Anton Carneal so we can find out what is the content, because content is important,
Very
At the,
much.
what are we learning from the B license and what are they learning from the USS um, um,
Equivalent.
FC license? Yeah.
Right, equivalent.
Yeah, and
Because,
then we can do a comparative as to see, oh, but this offers way more
but
than,
if,
you understand me?
but hold on. This is the kick kind of Mannings. We spoke to Speed, and he says that the objective was to get all the coaches in the RSPL up to the B license standard. Now, if the standard is USSFC license, we're in trouble. Simple as that. All right. Anyway, that's it for me. Again, people, great program. Mannings, close it out.
Yeah, man. So listen, people, see the link there for over by if you want to contribute to the what we are doing in terms of the coaching, helping the coaches to upgrade themselves. Thanks to the person, Carlington Grand, man from out east. Big up yourself, We see that you make a donation, Michael Garden, and all the other persons. You can go over there to Reggae Boy Supporters Club. You can give from a pin to an anchor. We are just like 313. That's 800. $813 away from the $3,000 target. All right?
It's
Yeah.
2,237 now. So thank you very much.
There you go. There you go. More people are giving, and we love that. Let me just upgrade. Let me just update it. You understand me? All the other vloggers, you see me do a management, just bring it on. There you go. John Jarvis, up with that donation. Bless up, bless up. Really appreciate what the people are doing. Also, remember, it is Super Friday. If you have not yet given your super sticker, super chat, the show is going to end this one. We're coming back with the Gold Cup. We're going to try and get in touch with either Tashana Vincent, who is there from Jamaica, or Coach Himir Har Grimson to give us their feedback on what the draw is about. We're going to have people from Trinidad, from Jamaica, and the panel talking about the Gold Cup draw. And then we're going to give you some update on the JPL and what is happening. So join us in around 30 minutes from now for that. There is the link for the GoFundMe. Parky, big up yourself, Hey, Parky, we have got to try to see if we can resuscitate the football program down in a GP there, You understand me? You know it go already. You understand me? So we're going to see if we can make something go on down there. But bless up yourself, Parky, to all the persons. Cataract, you run up on the show today. People, when we're having them high intelligent level conversation, Cataract, don't stay upon it too long and then run off. You understand me? You must see I try put together and CD them now. Figure get a next beat on a sound clash this evening. You understand me? But thanks to Kyle from Reggae Boy Supporters Club. But Kyle, you didn't go over on Ryan's show because you said that you were going to go over there Sunday.
No, the funny thing is I was set up to go over Ryan's show, and Ryan said that he went out to a party and the mom was killing him. So basically he canceled me to go party. Anyway, what day I'm gonna link him?
Ryan, come from under the bed. Ryan, come from under the bed. Yeah, the belt we use a beat people. It a drop. Ryan, come from under the bed, Ryan. Come from under the bed. You love to talk about people under the bed. Come from under the bed, Ryan.
Come from
under the bed. Coach Minzy, come from under the bed. You understand me? And Dre, anyway, that you above you team draw yesterday, you gone under the bed, Dre. Come from under the bed. Chapperton Maroons, hold your TV yesterday, Dre. Come from under the bed. Yourself. Understand me? People, bless up yourself. I am Manny's man. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it comes to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.